Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to start off with some pretty decent Town Hall 13 attacks to at least get you a 2-star. I've been experimenting with this one for a little bit and it seemed to work out okay until I got higher up in Legend League and then I got destroyed. You're going to start off with your Yetis, that way you can make a funnel, and you're going to use your Valks to also create that funnel because they're pretty good at taking attack damage. And you drop your 2 ice golems on each side of your wall wrecker, that way they can defend it, soak up some of that heat, I guess you'd say. And they're gonna make their way into the center of the base, which is where you want to get that wall wrecker to secure that 1-star with the Town Hall. And this was kind of sloppy. I hit that tornado trap once I get up there, and it kind of throws my wall wrecker off track a little bit. Fortunately and unfortunately, everything else was aiming for everything but my wall wrecker, and so I got some Valks in there which tend to take down a Town Hall pretty easy, but they're low level, so I had to use a Rage and a Freeze, and then my Warden finished it off for that 2-star. And drop your Bats in one corner, freeze your multi-infernos and your wizard towers. Anything that does splash damage or multi-damage you're going to want to freeze whenever it comes to bats, because, well, it'll tear your stuff apart fairly quickly, as you can see here. I ran out of freeze, so that's definitely not a good thing. My barbarians just doing the work of cleaning up that side before they're torn apart by the cannon. But I still managed to get at least 20 trophies and pretty decent loot. I was jumping to my war attack. This was probably could have been a 3-star, but decided to play it safe and then just go for the 2. This right here is a Yiwi bow bat, and I used my Yetis and 2 witches to start my funnel, and then drop my ice golems and my wrecker, go straight for that Town Hall, and then I'm going to drop my bowlers and my witches. And the Warden ability is a good thing to use for the eagle attacks on your bowlers and also for your wall wrecker, just because it'll keep it invincible towards eagle strikes or the Town Hall damage or scatter shots. As you can see right there, it took my stuff apart pretty quickly. Now I used a bat bomb right here just to take out those expos and hopefully take out a lot of defenses. That way my heroes and whatever's left of my army can clean up. And freezing the wizard towers and the multi-infernos. Drop a couple minions on that right side just to clean up anything and get a higher 2-star. Because sometimes, you know, percentage does play a key in winning a war, especially if you're tied up. So all my troops just doing the work of getting a higher 2-star. Obviously not going to be a 3 with all the defenses left. Now once again, that probably could have been a 3, but I was just trying to play it safe instead of maybe getting that 1-star. This attack is pretty good for a 3-star most of the time. So we're gonna see how they did on one of our Town Hall 9s. Shout out to Sidehose and NYCA Punks, one of our ally clans. So it looks like he's gonna be using a dragon. army, which on this base probably isn't the best idea, especially with that air sweeper pointed towards the town hall and a lot of area to cover. Got that electro in the CC to take out any dragons, which it did an okay job. That air sweeper just wreaking havoc on those dragons and the air defenses. So from what I can tell, it's going to be probably a high 2-star. At attack probably is not how he wanted that to go. But I mean, I'll give him props for at least getting a 2-star. Now, he probably could have gotten a 3 if he paid attention to what side of the base he went in on. Oh, here's a defense on my Town Hall 7. This is one of my minis I've been working on, but I've been neglecting it quite a bit. I designed this base myself, so if you're a Town Hall 7 or an 8 or a 9, I have bases that I designed that are pretty much anti-3. Most of the time you can't really get a good base until at least Town Hall 9, 10. And he's going to be using a giant and goblin army, and from what I can see, failing miserably at it. So, sorry, Mr. Royal Green. Now, I've been experimenting with attacks as a Town Hall 7, and so far the best one I can find is giants, wizards, goblins, archers, barbarians, wall breakers, and 2 heal spells. Obviously giants to create your shield, and your archers and barbarians are mainly for funneling. Here we go, I found a base to attack. So you're gonna start off by laying your giants out. Of course, you always want to try to pull anything out of that CC if there is anything in it. A lot of people have been neglecting to do that here lately, which leads to a 2-star and definitely not a 3. So you're gonna drop your giants just so they can start taking up that damage, and your wall breakers can work their way through and open up quite a bit, hopefully. And your archers and your barbarians, you're gonna start that funnel. That way your goblins and your wizards can clean up whatever needs to be cleaned up. I saw my barbarians and my archers were starting to walk around the base, so I had to drop a couple wizards just to clear that side up, and then they would go inside again. All my giants are dead, from what I can see. My barbarians, archers, and goblins and wizards, all of them are doing the work of cleaning up the rest of the base. Barbarians do pretty good for tanking, as long as they're paired with like a golem or an ice golem, or basically anything that can take damage. And that right there is going to wrap up the 3-star. I realize this is a pretty easy base, but I just got to Town Hall 7, so I'm not going to have the army that I'm supposed to. Still working on getting rage spells and everything, but you know, it seems to be working so far. And thank y'all for watching. If there's any videos you'd like to see, just comment down below and make sure to leave a like.